Alright, welcome back for our first test match with Blue White Reality Acid. Or Blue White Acid Trip, I should say. I don't know. I just listened back to my Deck Tech video, and I don't know what the background noise is or the feedback. Um, I'm using the Silver Blue Yeti mic, and I keep trying to kind of mess with the settings a bit, but I'm not exactly sure. I don't know if that did anything. Not exactly sure how to fix that. If anybody who watches my videos knows how to fix the feedback or has any advice they could give me, I would appreciate it, because no matter what I've tried, it doesn't fix anything. So, either way, we're going to choose to play first because I heard that's a good idea. And as always, a bad hand. It's funny because even if this was one land, I would still mulligan. I think it's just kind of insulting that Magic Online would give me the Azorius Chancery. I do have 22 lands, so the odds of only this being my only land is quite trollish. Okay. That works. That is just so unfortunate. Well, I guess a mulligan to 5 never hurt anybody. Okay, so opponent chose to keep. I just noticed their name is Gurzagast 2002. I remember Gurzagast from Torment. What a crappy card. Alright. I guess I'll keep this hand. Nice little... Okay. So, it looks like I'm just going to get trolled for game 1. So that's going to be fun. But, hopefully games 2 and 3 are not as terrible. So we'll see how that goes. This is also a pretty bad hand just entirely. Alright, so we're up against Affinity. Alright. I'm not going to play Dreamstalker yet, because if I draw a Plains, I want to be able to cast a Lone Missionary and get more life off of that, and also being able to hit your third land drop is kind of important. Looks like my opponent kept a 1-land hand, but they do have a germ to go with it. Okay, that's not terrible. So I guess now we'll play Dreamstalker. And return this, play the Tranquil Cove, and pass the turn. And now, it could have been better to save the Dreamstalker just for the future, but I feel like playing Dreamstalker is the correct thing in there just to get something on the board. Normally, Affinity is actually not a bad matchup for you because you have Dreamstalkers in your deck and they're 1/5s against all their 4/4s. But Flare Husk, being the great card that it is, kind of screws that plan up a little bit. This card has... I used to think that this card wasn't very good. I never thought it was like crap, but I used to think it wasn't very good. And I would say in the past 4 or 5 months, I have seen the light. And I have seen the grace that Flare Husk brings to Affinity, as it were. I swear I'm trying to, like, be funny, and it's just not working. Really. So no Carapace Forger or anything like that. No second land. Probably going to Journey to Nowhere, the Germ token, if they don't cast anything. I assume I'm going to see a Thoughtcast now. Yeah, okay, there we go. So that ship may have just sailed. Okay, that ship sailed. So we're not actually going to see me taking the Germ token with a Journey to Nowhere. We will, however, see a draw. That's a good one. The question is, do I evoke it? I don't think I'm at the point where I need to evoke it, so I'm just going to play a Lone Missionary and attack for 1 and pass the turn. There really isn't a point in Journey to Nowhereing the Germ token because my opponent already has like everything that they need. They have 2 lands, 3 lands. Anything they play is going to be able to cast their entire hand, so it's not really going to do much anyway. So here comes a Tog. The question is, do I crystallize that or do I Journey to Nowhere it? I think I'm going to crystallize it Because if I draw a fourth land in a momentary blink, I can do shenanigans. I think Journey is just better also, in a nutshell. And Carapace Forger. Okay, so the Carapace Forger doesn't really make all that much of a difference. It's this guy that makes a big difference. Galvanic Blast, my lone missionary. That seemed really unnecessary, but I'll take it. I don't mind it. Does my opponent just not... Oh, well, I guess they can't F8. About to say, do they not know what the F8 button is? Would really help if they did. I guess I could just be lagging horribly bad. I usually blame myself for things like that. So I drew another Muldrifter. I'm still just gonna... I think crystallize the... Atog. Oh, well, actually... It is better to play the Journey and the Atog, isn't it, because of flank. I am so dumb. I'm trying to get a little too tricksy. And it's not working out too well. Alright. Well, I guess our Protection Red's also good against Affinity, of course, because it stops Fling Atog and Galvanic Blast from hitting your face. So, I suppose that is also something I forgot to mention. I wasn't really thinking about it at that time. So next turn, if we don't draw another land, probably going to evoke Muldrifter. Alright, there's another Atog. They always come in pairs. And I'm sure there's an equip to the Carapace Forger. Or not. Oh, that's worse. Well, actually, it's not worse, because I can just do this, but... Please attack me and send a message. Yes. Yes. I love it. I love that my opponent is sending me a message they're not afraid to block. I mean, they're not afraid to attack. I love it. I appreciate it. It's so good. I feel so dumb. Alright. Seagate Oracle. Well, that's probably better. Just because it's a better blocker. I can definitely take a hit or two off of the Gearseeker Serpents. That's not really a big deal. Let's just play out this Seagate Oracle and get that onto the board. And we'll see how that goes. Reality Acid and Muldrifter. Well, we'll take the Reality Acid. And then we will pass the turn. Unfortunately. We'll see what my opponent does with theirs. A little behind on lands. Little too expensive cards in my hand. One of the problems I have with the Reality Acid deck, and I've always had, oh, that sucks, is that the difference between this deck and pretty much every other deck in Pauper is you are playing an extremely fair game of Magic. Which, in an Eternal format like Pauper, playing an extremely fair game of Magic, it's not going to get you very far. You know, I mean, even if I didn't mull to 5 this game, if I had a draw like this, let's say the other two cards in my hand were, I don't know, blanks of some type, of some kind, I wouldn't really get too far anyway. Alright, so 1, 2, 3. I'm trying to think if I know I'm dead. I'm just trying to think if I should keep going for entertainment value. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Because the problem is that this is Metalcraft. I guess it doesn't really make a difference, does it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's 12, 13, 14, 15. 16? I'm not dead. But, I mean, I am dead. Yeah, I'm dead. Am I dead? Play this. And I can, like, block... Yeah, there's no way I can remove all of my opponent's stats. Because I'm going to take 6 and go to 18, and then I'm lethal to both the Togs. And I don't think that there's anything that I can draw. I guess I could try. Alright, so if I take the Journey, and then... If I draw a land, I can hit both of the... If I draw an untapped white source, I can hit both of the Togs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You have more stuff? Oh, Flare Husk. Okay. Well, so it's 9, so it's 19. I am exactly dead. No, I'm not dead, because if he was to sack everything, I would go to 2. But then I can't stop 4 creatures from hitting me. So... I'm not going to make my opponent go through the motions. I'm just going to scoop him up. So against a deck like this, obviously Disenchant's good, Circ Protection's good. This only stops 1 dude, so it doesn't really do all that much. Curse of the Bloody Tome isn't really that great of a win condition. But it's quite possibly better than, like, other things. Let's put this into card view. Sunlance unfortunately doesn't do enough, and Dispel also doesn't really do enough. So, against Affinity, Lone Missionary isn't really that great. It's 2-1. Gains before life, that is very true, but it doesn't block anything successfully. Just like Serrated Arrows is also not great, because the Mice counter's not really going to do all that much, unfortunately. Against a deck like this, I could probably take out the Bojuka Bog as well. Probably don't need it. Just trying to think if I should bring in these curses. Trying to think if that's a good win condition against a deck like this, and it probably is. The question is, what would I take out for it? Muldrifter's kind of slow. Yeah, that's right, I said it. Muldrifter. It's not great. It's kind of slow. But... The thing I have to wonder about is they're going to bring in Ray of Revelation against me, and if they do, it just makes my curses a bit worse. So I'm actually just going to keep it the way it is and see how that works. Yes, I would like to play first. Hey, look, Keepable Hand. Alright, sounds pretty good. We're going to get to Preordain next turn. We have a Disenchant, plenty of mana, Core Sky Fisher if and when we get a Reality Acid, and a Muldrifter to finish things off and reload the gravy. Alright. Still gonna play the Azorius Chancery, but we're gonna Preordain first to see if I can find something. Momentary Blink, I like. This island I don't think we need. Play the Chancery. Hit the F8 button. Normally these decks would play Dust to Dust in the sideboard, but these days I feel like Disenchant is a bit more useful. But I guess we'll see about that. I feel like having narrow sideboard cards like Dust to Dust just isn't that great. Especially because Dust to Dust just isn't that great against Affinity these days anyway. With Springleaf Drum and how cheap a lot of the cards have gotten and how aggressive a lot of the cards have gotten. It's just... It doesn't really do all that much at the end of the day. In my opinion, but I am willing to be wrong and probably am. So, yeah. Alright, so... Prophetic Prism for my opponent. I'm wondering if I should disenchant that. Oh, well, maybe not anymore. I think now I'll just play Seagate Oracle. Save the disenchant from Mirror Enforcer. We will take the Cop Red. That is pretty important, I think, to our game plan for beating Affinity. So, okay, Frogmite doesn't do anything, because we have the Seagate Oracle. If there was a Springleaf Drum in play, the Frogmite would be good, but Frogmite literally does nothing. Which is good. Here comes Thoughtcast. So, I was thinking of disenchanting the Prophetic Prism to try to cut my opponent off of blue. But I felt like playing the Seagate Oracle was a bit better. in the long run to try and get Reality Acid, or that. So I think here I take a hit off of Carapace Forger, and I play Circle of Protection Red. Play this, gain a life, leave up the blue for Circle of Protection Red, and pass turn. Now here's the other problem. If my opponent goes Galvanic Blast on my Seagate Oracle, I can't stop it. So, again, as you're seeing, we're running into a few problems here in that even if I had drawn Reality Acid this game, I would be so slow at removing my opponent's threats, I wouldn't really be getting very far anyway. Alright. You have another one? Yep. Well, now Dust to Dust would be better. Because I could Dust to Dust both of these away, but I'd still be a little behind. Oh, my opponent... Man, my opponent just loves sending messages. I like it. Alright, so we'll crystallize this one. Play this, and leave up Disenchant. Pass turn. If I had Dust to Dust, I'd be able to Dust to Dust both of these guys. No, my opponent still has 5 cards in hand. Plenty of mana to do with whatever they want. It's just not great. Well, that's unfortunate. Natural state is unfortunate. Now, Thoughtcast or Gearseeker Serpent? Gearseeker Serpent's a problem. Serpent time. Jesus. What is that? 9, 13, 15, 19 damage on the board from my opponent? Jesus. It's not good. Not good at all. Alright, so I have to find Reality Acid if I have even a hope of winning. I think. No, I guess I have to block here and Disenchant to get this off the board. Like, what am I trying to draw to win? Yeah, I think this is my best shot. Is to just get this Mirror Enforcer off the board. So, we'll kill the Mirror Enforcer. And pray. Take 8, go to 12. And then I guess next turn, play Seagate Oracle, hold up Momentary Blink. Block, block, take 6 and go to 6. Okay, that's not bad. So let's go ahead and play the Seagate Oracle again. It's probably better. All these disenchants. Okay. The disenchants heard around the world, ladies and gentlemen. I think my plan now is to double block this Frogmite. Oh, never mind. I can't momentary blink this to save it. I have to kill the Mirror Enforcer now. So I have to kill the Mirror Enforcer chump, take 6, go to 6, and then scoop on my next main phase. That is the plan. Okay, Tog doesn't do anything. I can't beat Fling no matter what. Like, if my opponent's last card in their hand is Fling, I was going to lose that game no matter what, so that is just that. Yeah, so block? Nope, not that one. Block. Kill. See what happens. Nope. Flinging that does not kill me. Flinging that kills me. Maybe I have Simon Spirit Guide in my hand. Ooh. Imagine that. Can you imagine if that happened? How tilted would you be as the Affinity player if that happened? Hey, there it is. Alright. Let's do it on a Tog. Because it's the point of the deck, right? Come on. Do it on a Tog. There you go. Now the jig is up. My opponent finally sees what this deck does. To be honest, I don't even know if there's a reason to bring you guys another match, because you pretty much like see what this deck does and why I would not recommend it. I would never, like, I personally would never recommend this deck to anybody in this day and age. That is just personally me. Alright, so we're gonna take 6 and die. Unfortunate, but alright. So yeah, I hope you guys don't get upset, but I don't think there's a reason to really bring you into the match. Excuse me. I don't feel well today. I have played with this deck around off camera. I would say 12 or 13 matches, and I have lost them all very, very easily. I've lost against Mono Red. I've lost against Burn. I've lost against Stompy. I've lost quite a few times against Delver. I can't beat Teachings to save my life. The problem with this deck is, like I said, it's playing a very fair match of Magic compared to almost anything else in Pauper, and you're just too slow. And now, against a deck like Burn, you're not beating it with this plan. You're beating it by going Circle Protection Red. Against a deck like Stompy, you're not beating Stompy with the deck. You're beating it with Circle Protection Green. So, why play this deck when you can just, play better decks like Oldotha Boros or Tron and have these in your sideboard anyway? You could, I couldn't find any older lists, really, that I liked, but there are older lists that play, like, counterspells, like literal counterspell, and things like that. But this was the most recent list that I found from back, like, I think a month ago in September. And, I tried with counterspells, I tried without counterspells, now I tried with this, tried with that. I can't recommend this deck to you, any of you. So, that's just my opinion, but you can let me know if you think I'm wrong. I don't mind being wrong. I've been wrong before. If this deck is actually secretly good, it'd be fine. I understand that in Game 1 I mulliganed to 5, but I really think that even if I had kept, I would have gotten my butt whooped anyway. So, that's just that. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'm going to be bringing you guys a bit more content now. So, I have a few more decks to show off, and then a few more other ideas and projects I want to work on. If you guys want to follow me, of course, you can always subscribe to me on YouTube. You don't really get much out of it, I'm not going to lie to you. The only thing you really get is a thank you from me, and you get to know when my videos go live before everyone else. So if you guys want to subscribe to me and help me build my channel, you don't have to. It's really not a big deal. I just ask that you please enjoy my content. You can check out puremtgo.com, of course. You can check out mtgotraders.com. You can also, if you want, check out my Twitch channel, ArcticGhost_TV, over on Twitch. I'm going to try to start streaming at some point when I can find time to get around to it. So, yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. And this is Arctic Ghost. I will see you next time. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a lovely